Hey, I got bit by a dog today, guys. So funny.
What? Ooh,
Yeah.
how bad?
No
Dude,
way.
I walk into the house. Customer goes, "Oh, it's friendly. I'm okay." I feel like a little nibble. What the heck is that? Freaking stupid little chihuahua, man. Freaking nibbling on my back of my foot. I'm like, what the heck? Shoot. And I
You
don't
got
think it was
bit by a
chihuahua.
Mexican dog?
It wasn't, yeah, right. Yo quiero Taco Bell. No, I don't think it was chihuahua. It looked like one, but yeah. So I got bit by one. Like, oh, the customer goes, "Are you okay?" I go, "Me or the dog?" I sort of kicked it
Kill the
out of my
dog.
head. Yeah, I'm like, freaking dogs, man.
You got to look out for that, man.
I love dogs too, man. I have two little puggies myself, but man, little chihuahuas are like little devils, man.
I know they are, man. It's just. We've got a little
It's,
Pomeranian. It's like
oh,
a
those
little
are cool.
10-pound Pomeranian, Nico.
Those are cool too. I like those.
Vicious, man.
Yeah, I used to have a Pomeranian and Chihuahua mix. That was a cool dog.
Yeah,
She was
we
really,
did too. Pomchi.
yeah, yeah. Well, before they came out popular, yeah, they were. Yeah, she died like a while back, but she was cool.
Yeah, ours did too. We just lost ours like about a year ago. Um,
Yeah.
Leo, he was a
So what do
great
you?
dog, man. He was a stray dog that we actually
Oh,
yeah, we kind of like caught and then like we took him to the shelter just to make sure, nobody wanted to claim him. And then we ended up adopting him. He was a great dog. All our dogs are like shelter dogs. Yeah. They make great pets.
yeah. My pugs are rescue dogs. They both of them, both the owners wanted to take them to the pound. I'm like, oh, should bring them my way. Sure, I'll take them.
Yeah.
They're good dogs. Except when they sleep and they snore like fuck, crazy. But
Yeah.
anyways, what do you guys do? What do you guys do with your when you go to a customer's house and they have pets? I mean, it doesn't bother me. I like dogs. I like pets. I don't care. But when they get too aggressive, like I mean, this one bit me. It didn't break no skin. It was a little freaking little thing, anyways. Has anybody ever got bit? And what do you guys do in that situation? Do you take them
Sue.
like, huh?
Sue.
I mean,
Ooh.
California, huh? Everybody does it, huh?
Yeah.
Uh, nah, I just kidding.
I
No,
never got
they were
bit.
really worried. No, they were really, yeah, they were really worried about me. Like, dude, it was like a little dog. Like, it didn't break no skin. We're okay, you know. Shoot. So I don't know. I thought it was funny though, man. I was laughing, dude. It was hilarious.
Got boots on?
Yeah, I have boots. I have pants.
Yeah.
And that's why I wear pants. I see these guys wear shorts, man. I don't know how they do it, but that's a big no-no in
No.
my world. Yeah. And yeah, if I wore shorts, yeah, I probably would have been different.
You guys ever have any problems with dogs and getting bit or anything like that?
No.
I never have. I never have either.
No.
No.
It's kind of tricky though, like when you're doing installation, they're like, oh, make sure you
Chased
don't
by
put that out, You're like, oh,
I got chased by a pit bull one time.
try to figure out how to like get in and out of the house carrying glass, and like at the same time worry about like making sure that the cat doesn't slip out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, look, this is what I do. I tell customers, like especially cats or whatever. I go, you let your dog out because we got to leave the door open. We can't, we got to walk in with the glass. It's hard to close it. I mean, it's like, all right. I go, I ain't chasing no damn cat or dog down the street. So I always let my customers know that.
What are you gonna do? I mean, it's like you want me to install your shower door or babysit your cat?
That's
So I can't
extra.
really do both at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good
All
times.
right. Um, all right. What's this?
What's that now? Say what?
What's today's subject? What's today's subject? What
What
should we
is
talk about
today's
today?
subject? Sounds like you're the subject.
I don't know if we got bit by a dog today, a little thing. So
Dog bite
I thought
victim.
I didn't say that it was. So,
I don't know. What else are you guys struggling with besides dog bites? Or are you just knocking them dead out there? You're having a great time.
Is everybody staying pretty busy? Because it seems like we're kind of starting to get busy, and then all of a sudden it just you know like dies down a little bit. But last couple of weeks has been kind of real crazy. How about you guys? Other part of the world,
It's up
country.
and down.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes you get a little worried, like nothing's coming in, and then a bunch of shit will come in, and then the stress kind of goes away for a while.
I would think the stress is more when you have too much. It's both. I
Well,
don't
that's
think
something
stress
I
is ever
try to
more.
never do too much. 'Cause I know we can't take it. So
Yeah, it's weird. I was actually talking to my assistant about this today. It's like when it's not busy enough, it's kind of stressful because you worry, you're gonna have enough work for everybody, paying the bills, all that stuff, covering overhead. Then when it's too busy, it's like stressful because you're worried that you're not gonna, be able to keep all your promises. I mean, for me, that's a big thing. It's like I hate letting people down. I hate disappointing people. I try to always under promise, right? So I can over deliver. So that's stressful. And then like when everything's like equal and balanced, it's like that's stressful because it's like you're like you can stress out about anything. That's really what I figured out. It's like you can either decide to be anxious about it or just not. And it really doesn't matter what the situation is. It's just like really your choice. It's like, am I going to just relax and take it one day at a time, or am I going to trip on it? Because there's always a reason to, you know. You think that like if you have, enough money, then it's like you won't be stressed out anymore. But having more money really doesn't do that. Because I've seen people with like lots of money and they're way more stressed than I am, so
Dude,
it's weird.
freaking Chris, man, I forgot to tell
Yeah,
you.
I
So
know.
yesterday I did an install. A door was out bowed a quarter inch. Usually we catch that. Usually, usually we catch that. Usually I'll call up, hey, they'll send me a new piece, but we've been busy. So I was like, man, it fell through the cracks and it was already like we already scheduled it. I hate calling my customers and tell them, hey, we can't come today, but and I don't like doing double trips. I don't like to go install half of it and go back to the other piece. That doesn't happen because you never make money like that. And so, well, anyways, I did a little trick again, Chris. I mean, a quarter inch I thought was be a lot, but man, I just threw my body on top of it. And my guy was just drilling away. I mean, you could feel a little bit, maybe like a 16th, but man, it works, dude. Pretty damn
Well,
good.
so tell everybody what you're talking about. This is really interesting because you think there's no way that this is going to work, right?
Yeah, yeah. So Chris, one time we had a meeting, and he was saying, with the door being bowed, like a lot of people just like, oh, order another piece and wait for another day. But so lately, like, so Chris, he talked about this little trick. You screw, the first screw on top on one hinge, and then and the outside, uh, do the bottom corner hole into the clip into the hinge, and then you just have
So the
something
very
right.
top hole in the top hinge, the very
Yeah.
bottom hole in the bottom hinge, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
on one
Very
side
bottom.
of the.
Correct. And so you just push your body to it and make sure it's nice and flush and as close as you can get it, and then have your guy, on the inside just drill the rest of them, and sure enough, man, you let that thing go, and man, that thing is near damn perfect. I mean, you get maybe 16th or whatever, like so instead of you know letting the customer find out and oh man, why is this like that? No, you just fix it and get it done and get paid. It works, and there's no popping, there's no nothing. Like the
Yeah,
hinge worked great. Hey, hey, yeah,
it's
that shit
crazy.
works. That shit was. I wish I knew that freaking 30 years ago, man. I would
Right?
save myself. Freaking Chris.
Yeah.
How big was the piece?
28 by 75 and a half. 20, 36 and a half.
Pretty standard.
Yeah, standard. Yeah.
76-inch opening or whatever.
Yeah, 76.
Yeah. I mean, you can take like shim shingles, like wood shims, and
Yeah.
like use them, like put them, between the wall and the door glass, push it. Like if it's you need to push it out or in, either way, and then you can just cram them
It
in there.
works.
What,
It
and
works.
it does a pretty good job at holding it where you want to while you like drill and run the other screws. But it's amazing how much bow you can take out of a door like that.
Oh yeah, I was like kind of skeptical about it too. Like, man, is it gonna, make the hinge pop or feel funny when open? No, man, it's good. It's harder with half-inch glasses. I did that too. Oh
Yeah.
man, half inch, good luck. It ain't gonna happen.
No.
3/8, pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've
The
taken
next time
I've taken a straight edge, my 7-foot level, and blocked it out an inch, and then put a clamp on it, and clamp it straight and drill the holes.
There you go.
works
That's
too.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Same
But
principle.
yeah, it was great, man. Like now, like, but like I said, we usually check for stuff like that. If it is too much, I do get to order another piece, or a supplier will send me another one. But sometimes, like, we're getting kind of busy, so it's kind of got overlooked. But yeah, it's a good, instead of going back in the shop and regrouping and doing it again, it works. I don't know if you can do that to I don't know if you can do that to pivots. I doubt it. No, you can't.
No, I don't
But
think there's any way to do that.
wall, yeah, wall hinges, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even if, even though even if you get the class for free, the cost of just going back, sucks.
Not just that too, because it's more than just the glass. But no, but like usually I don't like to go second. I don't like to go back and forth. So, I hate calling the customers. Hey, I can't come today because found a defect. The customers, they kind of plan their day around you, and you don't want to let them down. Like, so. But yeah, didn't have to do it. Got it in there. Got it in. Boom. Pretty good.
Love it.
Yeah.
So you were just pushing it in as you were screwing it in? You were just pushing it?
Yeah. So
basically?
you just do like the inside, like your hands. You can do the top inside hole, and then the outside, you do the bottom outside hole. And so you just, once you get those secured, then you just push wherever direction the bow is, and then you just hold it in place, and either mark
Mm.
it or drill it in place, and dude, it works. You don't, yeah, it works really well. Like there's no issues with the door at all. So
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah, it's crazy because if you have a door that's bowed like that much, and you have the hinges
Order it.
set it up to the wall, you'll actually can see that your hinges are doing that. They're tweaked. And that when you put this fix on it, it actually fixes, the hinges. They line up straight and everything. When you're done, it actually looks good. I mean,
It
it looks
does.
better than it would. And it works the other way too. I mean, if your panel is bowed and your door is not, you can actually bow your door,
Yeah, I did.
to match the
I've
panel.
done that. I've done that. Yeah.
Same difference. Doesn't matter what, but yeah, and it's like, always try to check your glass and everything before you go out and make sure that you don't have that. But that's the sort of thing that's really easy to miss because it's kind of the last thing you check. You check all your dimensions, you check your cutouts, you check your hole placements, you check for scratches, you check for chips. But like the bow in the glass is kind of the last thing that you check for, and you don't really expect it. You expect a little, but you don't expect it to be.
Yeah. And there is some tolerances to a point where the supplier won't replace it. It's just okay. You got to just make it work, and
Yeah,
explain to your
right.
customer. And like, the customer is spending what, 2,500 bucks for a door and panel, and I feel kind of bad, but it is what it is. But yeah, you get that little nudge on the glass now. You don't have to worry about it, Hey, so it works.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got a message from a customer I did work for like in 2009, and he was like, "Hey, get in touch with me. You did this work for me in 2009 and I need some more work done." So he had left me a voicemail. I hadn't gotten back to him yet, and then he texted me. Um, and it sounded like he wanted to have the door taken out and then do some work and then like try to reinstall it. You guys probably get those calls. I don't know. Some of you probably
Oh,
do
yeah.
it. It's like it's the sort of thing I've done in the past, but I just say no now. It's like, nah, we don't do that. Because really, I mean, if you think about it, whether you installed it or not, it's used glass. And here's the thing. It's like, okay, so let's say we take the glass out. And in this process it gets damaged. Do am I responsible to replace your used glass with like a brand new piece of glass? And then is how's that going to look in your shower enclosure with the used against the used glass? You know what I mean? So I just tell people, look, I don't do that. If you need to replace all of the glass, I'll do that. But
I don't do that either.
what about you guys? Same thing?
Yeah. Yep.
We
I
get
don't replace it.
we get calls for it all the time. I'm dealing with one right now. And by the time I break it out for them and show them the pricing that you're paying me to uninstall, clean the panels, reinstall it, you're nearly at a new shower if we had just started from scratch. So
Yep.
Right.
because by the time I had one last week where it was like a 90-degree corner shower. So by the time you clean all the silicone in that 90-degree joint, bring all that glass back to do it, it's like 3 hours labor in the shop to sit there and clean that silicone and make all these worthy again, even installed. Like, it's not worth it.
Nope.
And no warranty, and there's no guarantee. Like in this case, they have to replace the shower pan. So I'm like, are you going to guarantee that you're going to hold that size? Because these went floor to ceiling. Like,
Yeah, right. That's the
contraption.
other thing. I mean, I mean, was it perfectly level when you measured it, or was it out? And is it going to be out the same direction and the same amount, when you put in the new? I mean, there's
Yeah,
so many variables.
yeah. So I'll give them a number because they want a number, but I make it damn close to the same as just doing it brand new.
Yeah, and you're going to pay that much and you're going to have a used shower door for like the
And it's
cost of a new one.
Yeah, and it's just opportunity cost because we could be doing something else while we're ripping out old crap and then cleaning it. Where
Yeah, that's
you
how we
don't have
get
time to piss around with the used stuff. Call handyman.
it. Like today, I did have one today. Today they were kind of desperate. I saw like same like Chris. I did it like 2002, I think it was, or 2003. Single door, hinges failed. They rusted. I'm like, huh, must be a CW hinge because sure enough, it was because they rust all the time, anyways. So I had some extra ones. Like I don't like doing it. I don't like making repairs, but they were desperate. The door was hanging. I'm like, damn it. So I sent two guys in there, $600 to switch out hinges. Took an hour and a half. Hinges I probably got for free. I got for free. Anyways, you know, if they had to pay for them, that's how much it would have cost anyway. $600 for me to go replace them. You
Yeah.
know, it's okay. So
And it's cool. I mean, if you like, yeah, if you've got the hardware laying around, you've got the time, or
yeah,
you've got guys, to do it. It
I
might make sense to do, but
the only thing I felt bad was there were CW hinges again, and I don't use them anymore. I'm like, damn, hopefully it don't go bad. But that was 2003, man. It was a while, so you know, yeah, that was quite some time. So I don't know. Might be dead by the time they go bad again. I don't know.
yeah, be dead. Got that to look forward to.
That we're missing. Oh.
Yeah.
Adrian's not here, So
Yeah, it brings to mind the other calls that I've gotten a number of times over the years. It's like, oh, I've got this mirror. It's like, can you
Oh, yeah.
replace the silvering on it?
Oh,
oh God.
That's like what? I mean, what is this like? This mirror
Really?
got sentimental value to you? I mean,
yeah.
was it your grandma's mirror or something? You know?
That's funny.
There used to be a
Yeah,
guy over in Santa Cruz that did that.
yeah.
Resilvered mirrors, yeah, years ago. Yeah.
Was it the guy that did the that custom etching
And
work
I don't think so.
in Santa Cruz? There was this guy in Santa Cruz who was
Well, it's
like,
over in SoCal.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
wonder if it was
Yeah.
the same guy because there was this guy in Santa Cruz was like a world renowned um custom engraver. Have you ever seen the work that they do with it's a copper wheel that spins
Yeah.
and it's suspended from the ceiling and they do this wild like beveling work with it and like and on the have you ever seen mirrors that are beveled like on the face?
Yeah, face bevel. Yeah.
Yeah, he did that and did a lot of work in like Vegas and stuff like that. This,
Yeah.
where money's no object. Just pay
I went
anything.
over there one time. The guy was in SoCal, right there on the corner. You risk your
God,
life just to get into this place.
I wonder if that was Fargo.
No,
Fargo
no,
Glass.
no.
Yeah?
Hang on, I think.
Yeah, tell me. I'm curious, man. We're here in my neighborhood. What you guys doing? Yeah, this area right here, we've got well, like there's Heather Glass. She's a pretty famous artist, sandblasting artist.
Sandblasting.
Right over in SoCal, same town he's talking about.
Okay, so since you said that, Chris, so I'm doing Hard Rock Casino here near where I live. Um, they hired me to do all their shower door replacements when they break, so I got one coming up. But it's on hold right now because I can't find it's sandblasted, but it's sandblasted uh as it goes up, it fades clear. You guys know who does that? Because I cannot find no one to do that here. And right now it's on hold because I can't get it. I think they
Is
call
it
it
is it actually blasted or is it printed like in a gradient?
is blasted.
It's
So
blasted.
so I did the mock up for the hotel when they were getting it built and doing all the fake rooms and stuff, whatever. And so I was replacing the glass, switching hardware out, so whatever. But yeah, it's etched into the glass and then it fades clear as it goes up. So it's faded. So I don't know, and I've been trying to find it, and dude, I cannot for the life of me find anybody that does it around here. So I have no idea, and it has to match. Like they're really picky about it. I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, it's
This this
We
lady
used to
I'm
have a
talking
guy who would do that sort of stuff, but
yeah, this lady I'm talking about is called Heather Glass in SoCal.
I found it.
If anybody can do it, it's going to be her.
It's called Heatherlight.
Heather Light.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be Heather Glass. Must be the same place.
Yeah, Heather Glass.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the place I'm talking about. So she's a sandblasting. She did silvering too, huh? Back
Yeah,
then?
he does all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, she does like, amazing. You know the type. You've seen it like art glass, it's all sandblasted.
Yeah, he does like a satin glass and he puts designs in it. And
Yeah, so Adrian, that's who you want to talk
other
to.
glass.
yeah, he's on
Like,
SoCal Drive. That's where he's at.
yep, so Cal Drive.
Yeah.
All right, I got to see about because I don't know how I'm gonna get glass to her. I wonder. I don't know because they're half inch. They're pretty big pieces of glass, so it's not
Yeah.
gonna be small.
Well, I mean, I'm sure your supplier like will just drop it there. I mean, I'm
Okay,
sure they deliver there anyway.
they probably do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had contact it's like her husband that does I think his name's Tim, if I remember right.
Damn,
Um,
wow.
who does the actual booking and stuff. But just reach out to him. It's gonna be expensive, dude. I mean, it's
Oh,
gonna
I
be
know it is. It is. It's very,
expensive.
yeah. One of my,
And you're gonna have to pick it up and
I'll pay like,
deliver
well,
it.
I'm gonna go. You have to go to Santa Cruz. I ain't bad. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
yeah, right. But you're gonna have to build that all into your price, man, because it's like that was the thing about I think I've used them like once or twice, but I mean, you have to figure, okay, I'm gonna have to pick up some class, drop it off there for her to work on. So I buy a piece of glass that costs $300, whatever, you know.
Yeah,
When she's done with it, it's worth $3,000.
yeah. It's gonna be expensive. Yeah,
Right.
and
So
I
now
think
what am I going to charge to make it worth handling a piece of $3,000 glass a couple of times, and getting it installed? And if I break it after the artwork's done,
it's gonna be a $7,000 piece of glass.
Yep, I would
right.
price you in right away.
Exactly. I mean, I have to charge at least enough to where I break even if the glass gets wrecked.
Yeah,
And I mean, I don't, really, you're still out your time.
I mean, you probably have to put in a buffer in there just in case they break it, sandblasting it. I don't want to pay for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I mean, right, right. I mean, if they break it, I mean, they're not gonna pay you for your
yeah,
glass.
no
But
one
I
doesn't do that.
mean, but you're not out much for just the initial piece of glass. Probably, I
Yeah,
mean, best case scenario, I mean, worst case scenario, it's like, a piece of Starfire that's like, a few $100 or whatever.
Would it happen to be a typical size that they would use?
yeah. It has to be a typical size. It has to match the. It has to match the panel next to it exactly. Like they're being yeah. It's. I don't know if I want to even step into this and do it because it's they were a pain in the butt to deal with when I did the mock up. It was they were oh god, they were bad.
Just
Honestly,
make sure
I
you
don't
beta price it.
I'm gonna murder them with the price. But it's
Yeah.
like yeah, it's just and the person okay, I'm not sexist or nothing, but the person I'm dealing with is a woman. And freaking I don't know what it is, but
I'm not sexist,
they
right?
don't oh, dude, okay, I'm not, hey, okay, okay. But still, it's like they don't understand that concept, the whole thing. Like, all right, man, it's like, all right, and she's just doesn't. She's not being fair.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by GlassGadget.com. Showcase Innovations creates tools that help shower door installers be more efficient and save time. Check out GlassGadget.com for more information.
So I haven't called her in about a week, so I'm letting her just sit there and just you know I can't match it. It's not going to be the same, and so she's expecting to be the same, and it's not going to be. So until I get an agreement with her that I say I'm not gonna deal with it anymore because I already spent too much time on it. And so until she agrees to it, it's I'm not gonna be able to match exactly what's there. So
Yeah, I mean,
I
if I was in that situation, what I would do is find someone to come on site and do the work on site. I mean, that's
yeah,
what you would have to do.
yep,
You would have to
exactly,
the artist would have to be there, install the glass, and then etch the glass in place. Because that's the
yeah,
only way you could possibly match it.
yeah. And in my I do have a guy that does sandblasting, but he retired. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
He was really good too, man. Damn it.
Yeah,
Anyways,
the regulatory system has destroyed the sandblasting industry
yeah,
because it's become so like they treat it like asbestos. And in all fairness, it's the same, you know, which means like nothing because asbestos isn't nearly as dangerous as they pretend that it is, you know. But they made it like this, like it's some kind of like, you know, toxic poison, you know, that you know, if you unleash some like silica into the environment, oh God, you know, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Everybody got out of the industry. Man, when I first started out, I dabbled in it. It was actually pretty fun. I've got a buddy who was in the sign making business, right? So he had a big plotter for plotting vinyl. And that's all you really need to do sandblasting is to print the masks, you know. So I could give him a pattern of something. I mean, I could just give him a picture and he could, you know, convert it to vector art and then plot it all out and then plot it. He had a plotter that he could print it, cut it out on vinyl, and just give you the sheet. You put it on the glass, you know, you pull out the parts you want to sandblast, and all you needed is sandblaster and you know some patience. I just sandblast it, and then you take another layer off, and you sandblast some more. You take another layer off, and you got some like pretty awesome looking um, artwork, you know. So we dabbled in that a little bit. It was fun. It was hard to make money back in those days. But as I'm sitting here thinking about it right now, I'll bet you I could make a mint today,
Do it.
Oh, yeah.
as
Do it.
nobody's
Do
doing it now, right?
You do it. I'll take you my glass.
I
Hmm.
got a place up in San Jose that will do it for me.
Yeah.
Original glass.
Oh,
And
original one, yeah.
they'll take it and send it, have somebody do it. I haven't had anything, fancy done. I just had, you know, half the glass sandblasted.
Hmm.
They sandblast it and coat it. And
It's rare these days. I mean, I used
Yep.
to have a few places I could go. One was the guy I was talking about, you know, the etcher guy, you know, with the wheel thing. He did sandblasting too. So I could take something to him. And usually it was just like a solid sandblasting or like a half, you know, modesty screen or something like that. But yeah, he retired.
back, Western States did it too back when they were around.
Oh yeah, Western States did everything back in the day.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss Western States, man. They were a great company, man.
Oh yeah.
That was a good company.
Those were the days, man. When I was first starting out and I didn't have an account. I mean, I couldn't even get an account with CRL. Oh, and what reached out to Western States, and man, they delivered to me. They opened me an account and started supplying glass for me. It was a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Who was your sales rep? Lloyd?
Yes, it was Lloyd.
Oh, that slob. Yeah. Oh man, I hate
Wow,
it. That guy, dude.
that's funny, man.
Lloyd. Yep. Talked
Yeah.
a lot.
Catherine used to be the
Talked.
sales rep for him.
Hmm.
Hey, Adrian, you know what else could help you with the sandblasting? And I've done this
Mhm.
before.
Okay.
Because we used to use a guy who did like carving into the glass. Like you'd sandblast, like did like real deep stuff, right?
Yeah.
Um, but then he retired and we had to get some more pieces done. Go to a place that does tombstones, memorials, because that's like what they do is sandblasting.
Yeah.
And they could do,
I did that. I did that. They don't want to do it.
they don't
It's
want
too
to do
big.
it.
It's too big of a piece.
Okay.
Because the door is gonna be like 35 by like 94, something like that. Around that's like a box size. It's a big
So
half-inch glass. It's a
how
big piece of
big's the
glass.
side panel?
Not that big. It's on a half wall. It's only like 35 by like 40 something.
Just replace
It's
both then they match.
they, I suggested that too, and they don't want to do that. They're like they don't want to do that, but they're willing to pay. All I don't know, man. It's yeah, it's not fun. So I think the glass is called Pope glass or something like that. Have you guys heard of that? Pope or Poe, something like that. Yeah, because when we did the mock-ups, one of my guys dropped a piece of glass and we broke it, and it cost like $2,500 for a little piece. It's expensive. And there's only one place that has it, but I cannot find where they're at because it was years ago when we did it. So I don't remember. I just gotta find. I guess.
You might have to just put your foot down because I'm with Ryan. It's like I was thinking the same thing. It's like, why don't they just replace?
You know what? That might be right. I might call them tomorrow and say, you know what? I can't find it. I can't. Let's just do both pieces, and that's what we're gonna have to do. But it's a U channel, man. Freaking. And I didn't install the shower doors. I did the mock-up. Some other company did the installs, so I didn't know how they did it. So I don't know if they embedded the silicone, do the right way, embedded it, or just did a perimeter caulking. I don't know. So, and the door is hinging off the panel, so I'm assuming they probably embedded in silicone. So now you got to cut all that crap out, break it. Oh damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Work.
Take like an oscillating tool and just cut the screws off and just take the channel out with the panel.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a freaking dynamite in there. Come on, dude. No. That's right, huh? I can just do that.
They called you because you're the expert at it, so you tell them how it's going to be done.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
Usually I don't want to let people push me around, but this one was giving me a headache. Yeah, you're right. I should, huh?
It's because you're sexist.
No, probably not. No.
Just give them all of our phone numbers on this call and say, call all these guys or all around the country and in Canada, North America.
I'm going to give them right.
And they're all going to tell you that I'm the expert and you need to listen to me.
That's right.
Call Ryan.
And I will. I'll tell him exactly that. I was like, oh, Adrian said that? Dude.
Call Chris.
First of all, you're lucky to have him working on your project. That does. And just give him a blank check while you're at it.
Shit, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Should. Blank check, and then I'm going to go down to the casino and spend it.
Don't go into the
You're
casino.
just recycling it.
I'll give it back.
Double or nothing, man. Double or nothing.
50,000 on black. No, I'm playing.
No, I had a glass channel once that was a new channel I had to get out. And it was glued in there, and I took the oscillator tool to it and cut the face off of it and got it out. Yeah.
Wire glass.
I think I put a piece of sheet metal down or something on the curb so I wouldn't mess it up.
The old fine tool, right?
That's it. Just write down, find where the screws are, just start cutting them, and away you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to talk to her because they haven't rented out the room, and they need to rent out the room. It's been like months already, and they're losing money on it. So we got to figure out something with them.
Then replace the damn side panel. It's cheaper than waiting.
I think you're right. I think I might do that. I think we might do that. The side panel.
Have we talked into it yet?
Yeah, I think I want to do that.
It's the only answer, man.
It's the only way because I'm not gonna be able to match it because I mean it's like doing chip mounting. You gotta make sure the two pieces match. And I'm sure when they made this glass, they made sure they lined up with each other. I mean, I give them a height, but is it gonna flow the same? Probably not.
Yes.
So
you'll be like, dude, we'll do something nicer. We'll do a nicer pattern. We'll do something nice. The artwork will be better than the old artwork.
Yeah, right.
Because it doesn't cost any more. I mean, to change it, right?
Not really. Not really.
And even if you got that sandblasting lined up perfectly, whatever they sealed one panel with versus what you're going to seal it with could make it look different anyway.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So when I say sandblasting, okay, it's sandblasted. Okay, so I should have started with this. But it when it goes up to go clear, it's like polka dotted too. My bad.
It's like a matrix type pattern.
Yeah, like a polka dot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. But either way, one's going to be darker than the other by the time you seal it. But
there's no way they could match. There's no possibility.
There's no way.
Yeah.
No.
Somebody could sandblast deeper than the other one did,
The color of the
One's
glass.
just new and one's got 5 years of water grime and shit and cleaner on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to work.
No way. They're asking you to do the impossible, man. You gotta set them straight.
It sounds like trying to match antique mirror and just going on running in circles trying to match someone's antique mirror to something else. It feels like it sounds like that journey. It's like screw that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Years ago, we had a house out in Pebble Beach, big old place, and had a view of Point Lobos. And so it was a huge piece of glass. I don't know who did it, but it was sandblasted to look like Point Lobos. And then it was lit up from underneath. It looked pretty neat. I mean, mountains and trees and the ocean. And then it had 2 side panels on each side that was done the same way. He just had a few bucks to do that.
That'd be cool. We did a few edge-lit pieces as well where they sandblast them. They do look really good.
Yeah.
We actually took 3/4 inch glass once and put it on its side and cut it into the shower wall. So just the edge of the glass was coming through the tile and it was flush.
Yeah.
It
Really?
made it 4 feet long and then stuck a fluorescent light on the other side of it to
Oh.
come through.
Oh.
Nice.
It actually looked really good because, like with LEDs, you'd see each dot, but the fluorescent tube would just blow right through it. And it was
So just the edge of the glass is showing, basically.
yeah. And I mean, 3/4, nice dark, like you don't want starfire in, like just
Right.
dark glass, right? And you just got this big illuminated green strip. It actually
That
looked,
sounds cool.
it sounded tacky when we started doing it, but when it was done, it looked good with the tile in there.
Nightlight.
Yeah,
He didn't show any of the flaws of the glass.
because you're just looking at the edge.
All you see is the edge, yeah.
Really?
The polished edge was flush with the tile. It was like 4 feet long.
Because
And it was like this rough textured tile. And then just all of a sudden, this like really crisp, sharp line of green.
Next time I know.
That's
I
a
did
cool
one.
idea.
I did one a half wall that separate the bath, the shower, and the toilet. And the customer, I said it in the channel, the customer did not tell me they were going to put LED lights in there. And so they did. I'm like, oh shit. So we put the glass inside and they lit it up. You can see all the flaws of the glass. I cleaned it,
Yeah.
nothing. I wish they would have told me that but I would have not known about the you just said right now.
Well, the rest of the glass was buried behind the shower in like a storage room.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Just the polished
Oh,
edge was sitting there.
gotcha.
So if it was like 8 inches wide, 7 inches of it was, the stud wall, the tile, and then the rest was sticking out in the storage room for them to clamp this light onto it.
So most of the glass they paid for is like hidden.
It's hidden. The
Right.
width of the glass didn't matter. It was just the length of it.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they would have not done that.
this reminds me of an idea that I had for a pocket door. Tell me what you think of this idea. I think this would be cool. So if you had the room, right, the space in the wall for a pocket door, a glass pocket door, and so you make the door like way bigger than the opening, and you put the hangers like in the middle of the glass, so that when the pocket door comes out, it just levitates out. So you see no hangers on the top, no track on the bottom, but there's just enough counterweight back in the wall that there's a big like 2/3 of the glass is still hidden, when it's closed. Wouldn't that be bitchin'?
That'd
Just
be cool.
slide the door out and it just hovers out into place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a glass pocket door, but it wasn't like that though.
Yeah, I've done some before too, but I think that would be
Some door from
awesome.
Europe.
People would be
this guy
like,
got.
"What? How did you do that?"
Yeah, this guy got this frame from Europe or someplace. And it closes and it does a soft close. And when it closes, you push it and it pops back out.
Yeah, we did this glass. So a buddy of mine is a kind of a high-end painter, T. Paul Sack. So he does environmentally friendly painting, right? So he has like zero VOC paint, and he just works in Santa Cruz. So you can imagine like how much money he makes. So he like does all these really high-end like Victorians and whatever. So I was on this job where this guy had a lot of money, and he had just like a bicycle room, like his shop for his bicycles, his new bicycles. And so they wanted this pair of doors that were pneumatically operated, right? And it was like Star Trek. So like, you hit the button, they go, and then like they stop like a 16th of an inch apart, man. So I had nothing to do with the controllers of it or anything. I just like went in and hung the glass. But then my friend Paul was on the job. We didn't know that we were both on the same job. But he saw it. It was like, oh, who did that? And they told him, that we did it. And he was like, oh man, I know that guy. So he tells this story. This was like probably 15 years ago, man. And just about every time I see him, he tells the story. Oh man, remember those doors you did there? And it was like, it was really super cool, man, because like they come flying together, man. It's like you're like, oh my God, you think, a disaster is about to happen. These two pieces of half-inch glass just flying at each other. When they just stop like that. It's like, oh, yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. I think that's when I got that idea for like the pocket door. It's like, oh, wouldn't that be cool if you couldn't even see like any hardware on it? It was just like floating piece of glass. I'll probably do that someday. Maybe I'll do that in my own house. That'd be awesome.
We had another house we did. Their headboard was I think we had about 10 feet of half-inch satin glass. And behind it, they put an LED light strip. And you turn that thing on, it was all flashing all different colors. That looked pretty cool.
Yeah, satin glass looks awesome when it's lit.
Yeah. It was 85-foot diameter all glass house. That was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the other thing I was thinking about when Adrian was talking is, acid etch.
Yeah.
But, it's not, you can't really get super consistent results with that.
No.
People do a pretty good job. And then like Ryan was saying, that printing, whatever that frit or whatever they do, they do some really nice. The last time I did something that they wanted sandblasted like that, it was something similar where it was oh, they wanted just solid. It was like, yeah, this really fussy lady, and she wanted um her enclosure to be like satin etched. But I knew that she wouldn't be satisfied with that satin etch because satin etch isn't perfect. I was like, oh, you'll find the flaws because there's always like little spots that don't take the acid or whatever. So this is what you need to do. You need to get this done. And I had I think HMI did it for me. Is that right? Yeah, I think it was HMI that did it. And I had them just replicate that with print. And they did a great job. It turned out like awesome. It's like absolutely perfect, absolutely pristine, like every square inch matches exactly. I highly recommend it. It is expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
The price is starting to come down on that stuff.
Yeah.
There's a little more competition, at least up here now. There's a couple places doing it. And actually, a buddy of mine was going to buy one of these printers if he could find someone who could temper the glass for him.
No.
Like just take it right after it's printed and tempered. He does like industrial hardware, like whiteboards and grab bars, like washroom fixtures. And he's got 3 hospital contracts this year. So he can justify using the machine for everything from his glass whiteboards to whatever, right? Because even just back painting like the Starfire in white, he's like, well, forget it. I can just print it now.
Yeah.
They print it,
Exactly.
laminate steel on top, and now they have a magnetic glass whiteboard. But he's like, I'll just print it. I can print your
Yeah.
logo behind it or whatever, laminate the steel on it. I'm done.
You could print photos of their dogs or whatever,
Oh yeah.
man. I
Yeah.
Oh
mean, it's
yeah.
like there's no limit to what you can do.
It's pristine stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 man. I remember last time I went to a glass show. It's like they had one of those things running. I was like, oh man, I was like salivating over that. I mean, I would love to have something like that.
It makes sense. And I think they are coming down.
Yeah,
Uh, it's just that you just got to temper it to cure it. But in Toronto way, you can't hit a 9 iron without hitting a bloody tempering oven. So
Oh,
right. Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, that would be another little sideline to get into, and like a lot less messy than sandblasting. Like sandblaster, then you have to build like a room to blast in and have all the media and all the equipment, and it's like it's messy, time
yeah.
consuming, you know. Whereas a machine like that is like just push the button, man.
Well, and if you screw up sandblasting, you're out the piece of glass. If it doesn't print right, just wipe it off and do it again.
Yeah, that's right. Until you put it in the oven, huh? It's like
It's
just
everything's
start over.
just start over.
Ooh, yeah. Thought about a lot of these things, like, just having like in my area now, if I just had some polishing machines and just polish mirrors, you
Yeah.
know, uh, I mean, there'd be work for days, people just, or just, set up a table and cut mirrors and just cut and polish mirrors for people, tabletops, because nobody over here has anything like that. It has to come from, what we call over the hill, up north of here,
Oh,
which,
there's something oddly satisfying about just cutting too. Because long time I was the glass cutter at one of our local shops here. And this was in the heyday. We used to cut 2 to 3 cases of mirror a week. So just 96 130, 84 130s, you just bring them in. But as soon as the truck arrived, you ordered the next case just to have it ready. You just cut mirrors, send it to polish, cut mirrors, send it to polish. It was great. No one bothered you. It was wonderful.
yep,
No phone ringing. No one
yep,
talked. Just sit there and cut glass all day.
those are the days. It is satisfying too
It
when you
is.
get good at it. It takes a little while. It takes a little while to get good at it. Once you got a guy who like does that all day. It's fun just to watch him work, man, because it's like a ballet.
Oh yeah, it's great. Other
Yeah.
than there was a few times one time I was cutting 3/8. I had a 96 130 and we used to free fall onto the table and I had
Flop
a
them.
you'd flop them. I had a piece of setting block on the table because that's what we used to use to run the cuts with the air on. I had this black setting block in the middle of the table on black carpet. Didn't realize it when I dropped the sheet. I hit the block in the middle and shattered the sheet. It took me 2 hours just to clean that stuff off the table. By the time you square up everything you could to try and salvage it, and the rest went in the bin.
And you have to get every speck of glass off that.
Every bit. Get the vacuum out and
Mirrors are so unforgiving, man. Talk about like scratch glass. Oh, dude.
yeah,
Mirrors show every, like the tiniest little hair. Oh, man. Good times. Good times.
good times.
our
Yeah.
fabricator, I ordered a mirror yesterday. It was like 12 by 24 quarter-inch with a 1-inch bevel. They showed up today. They put that
Yeah.
stuff out quick.
Yeah, that's the thing, it's like, it's it's pretty affordable now to get, just get it delivered, fabricated. I mean,
I
you can't do
found
the work for as cheap
you
as,
used to have cases and cases of mirrors, plate, all that stuff. No more.
yeah. Yeah, it's just not worth it,
They deliver twice a week on the mirrors and tabletops, and glass fab comes every day, and you know
That's a different world, man. Like, when I first started in glass shop, you learned everything. I mean, you learned how to cut everything and fabricate everything and run every machine and
We used to get
yeah,
box glass, A grade single strength for picture framing.
yeah.
And we get a whole truckload of that and sell it to all the picture framers,
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
And yeah, the mirrors were always like cut mirrors, hand polished,
Oh yeah,
everything, I mean, that's what you did.
did that all the time.
Yep, all day long. And now it's like, man, you couldn't afford to hire people to do that. I mean,
I
people
still have
are
a double belt sander out here. I just use it to sharpen my chisel.
lasers too expensive, man, to have them like cutting glass. Just like,
No,
No way. Yeah, we had a dude that was like he was bought in, the culture, the message, the sign, all these like new age stuff, young guy, football player, and he was killing it. And I think, I don't know, a few months in, one mirror break, slicing his finger. It wasn't that huge of an injury. One of us, we would have just patched it with the band-aid and finished our day. But he went to the hospital, said he was fine the next day, workman's comp within the next few days. I'm talking to my family. We're thinking about, my future and what could have went wrong. It's like, damn, y'all are seriously this thoughtful on what one injury can completely shift your whole mindset into if this career is right for you. And we invested a lot, and there was no signs from either side that this wasn't like the future for you. But one little slice of a mirror plate changes that. Like, mirror is crazy. It'll it'll take someone out of the glass game in a second.
yeah, so true, man. I mean, it's like I've never been so nervous as like working with mirrors, man. They are just the horror stories. I've been really fortunate, in my career, but man, people have been really seriously hurt by those things. So I get it. Well, well, by golly, it looks like clock says it's time for us to quit.
Time to go.